Hello everybody, welcome back to my Higurashi no Nakakoto ni remake playthrough. My name is Meisterbloo, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because I'm having a great time with this. Forewarning, I might be a little out of it this episode, because, oh no, I did something bad. Oh, you press start and it goes to the paintings, that's so great. I might be a little out of it at this episode, because I made the horrible mistake of doing my new video, which you guys will see, of 5 Nights in Anime. I don't know, I'm hoping that comes, I'm gonna try my best to keep making sure that comes out before this video comes out, because I did something stupid in that video, and I'm feeling the after effects of that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You guys can see it when the video comes out. So yes, I'm super hyped to keep going, so let's keep going. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper? This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier. I'm gonna turn down my volume. My volume is way too loud. There we go. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Reina want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happens, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who could dodge her jabs. I felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging out with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Reina. You need to train up and have a rematch. Kei-chan, you should... This old geezer would root for you. Or you should. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter... God, oh god, I made a horrible error. A way to counter Reina's infallible technique. Let's go. Ah! Higurashi when they cry. Higurashi no Nakakoto ni. You have received new tips. We're a mixed grade. We don't have a uniform. What are tips? Ah, an achievement. Save? Yeah, I can save. I'll save here. I'll save over this one. Yes. That's in super Japanese right there. Oh god, I don't know that kanji. Wadi. I don't know that kanji. I don't. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Reina and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. You'll understand when you see the 5 Nights in Anime video. Reina and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Kei-chan, you're late! Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping 2 girls waiting? Mi-chan, you just got here yourself. Ha! Rat it out. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Reina was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Reina really did make a picnic. Aww. Kei-chan, after you left, Reina pulled out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this? Jeez, Mion, let go. Alright, I'm a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what? As we both turned around slowly to look at Reina, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Reina we were talking about here. Oh. About 2 kilos, I guess. When Reina was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi-kun is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's just get going. Heave-ho! Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction. I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Reina sad, got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Oh, picnic with my friends. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't even have imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the... sparsely or sparsely? I'm going to say sparsely. Because I know it's sparingly and whatnot, so sparsely? I'm going to say sparsely. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day. Good day. Oh, you wouldn't happen to be my Barakun, would you, I believe? My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerbys even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, it started to feel a bit paranoid. Or I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's a bit sad to say, everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Maibara fellow who just moved here? Yeah, that's how it works out. That's how it works out. It was the process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I'd better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine at the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a lech by the next day. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man Takazo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. That's a scary thing to hope for. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Oh. And her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. You know the names of everyone we pass by, and even their profiles? Oh, I should have been doing that in her voice. Seeing my surprise, Mion and Reina exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah, we're not like the city, where people hardly know their neighbors. Well, then let's try it out. You there, who am I? You're Keiichi Maibara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. Oh. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? What? What? That's enough. But boxers? Enough of that! Apparently there is absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamizawa is not a place to be trifled with. No, it is not. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? That Kei-chan is fitting right here in Hinamizawa? The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe just what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out again to the same way. Oh god, I got a cough and sneeze. Everything at the same time, and none of it's coming out. I feel horrible right now. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you get along. The lady here is Fujishima-san. Fujishima-san. Okay. Good day.
Oh my, Maibara-kun, how wonderful for you, having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here?
Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Oh.
Good!
As I looked back over to Reina and Mion, they gave me a wink.
So, now then, about time to have lunch, maybe?
Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view.
Oh, yes! Good idea, I agree.
I keep hearing noises outside my door, but it's weird because these headphones block out all noise, so I get paranoid. I'm like... But no, nothing's there. Yet. Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Now, a proposal out in the open. Those cicadas. The shrine! I got a yawn! Oh no! So bad. Cresting the top of the stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is the Furuta Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. Oh, that's her. God damn it, I forgot her voice. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The Watanagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of the winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in the summer.
Now then, spread out the lunchboxes, and there.
Various colored lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it could be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get all this down, you know. Oh, yay! Good afternoon. It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Mion grinned over me. I see, this was her secret plan, to power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
We just had to come here since there is such a commotion. What's the meaning of this?
Take a look, it's time for lunch. Buffet style. A handmade gourmet meal by Reina.
I can see that much. Why have you laid out such a tarp on our property?
The temple is public grounds, not yours.
Keiichi is right. This is everyone's property.
Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
Well, hold on 1 second. Where's my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat.
Don't worry, there's some for you too.
None. I'll eat all of hers.
I will not allow that, Rika!
Oh, God.
Here, chopsticks.
Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really? Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this.
Have a plate, one for Mi-chan and Rika-chan too.
Rena whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates.
I keep hearing something outside my door.
If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle?
Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone.
Rena said as she opened up the thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different.
I will not allow you to have this hamburger.
Oh, we're fighting. Using your elbows against the rules, Satoko.
Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules.
It was a tough battle, blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves. Satoko appeared to have an upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand.
The last meatball!
Satoko Hojo has been bested! Nom! Delicious. Meatballs. Ground beef. I can't take ground foods. Ground meat and me don't mix. I get sick every time I eat them. I haven't been able to stomach a hamburger since I was like 5. Satoko and I amiably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the back of the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Reina blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Reina to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. It's so sad. So sad. The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era?
It seems that long ago, people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because back then the people were busy while eating and didn't have time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
But just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With an absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Reina directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. After Reina uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof.
Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious.
Reina flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. Oh, 2 apple rabbits? What the what? What are those? After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. Oh, here's that music again! What is it, Satoko? What's with that defiant look?
Has everybody prepared proper praise to receive apples from Renaissance?
Oh, don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocab?
Well then, allow me to show you.
After Satoko flashed me on... No! No! Okay, after Satoko flashed Mion and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Oh god. Dangerous territory there.
Hey, so, Reina One-chan,
God damn English spelling.
Reina One-chan's lunch.
Satoko thought it was yummy.
Satoko thought it was yummy too.
Satoko looked up at her poutily while talking cutesy. Oh no. Oh no. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is a Reina limited special skill. And it's working, goddammit. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Reina! No! Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Reina glomped Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her. Cute!
Satoko is so cute! Take you home!
Swish! Stab! Push! Satoko was already presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with that defiant gaze. It only took 5 seconds to take down Reina. That's unfair, to think she had such a trick. If it upset you so much, why not reward Reina-san with some praise? Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks?
That sounds great, Mion.
Wait.
That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it?
Kei-chan is going to be the one who does it. What?
Why don't I have you show me then? The writhing of an old maid?
Hey, now, hey! The plan of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, most of it, almost all of it, was frozen stuff.
Then which ones did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say? Must I?
From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunch. From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunch, her expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red, the words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How that I made it?
Of course, Mion had told me before. Oh, that's mean. Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena, face still completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits, or something. Even if this was all just because I was competing against Satoko, it felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then, at that moment, whoosh! It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits.
Please eat some, Keiichi-kun. There's plenty for you.
Instantly, dozens of the apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over. Okay, this is
Keiichi-kun.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after the other was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. I'll let you guys read that. Kei-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How was that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it?
I can't believe it! Such trickery! It doesn't bother me at all.
Satoko ground her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating, right? You're not eating it? Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe? Maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit and placed it in her cupped hands. It seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him.
Oh no. That was the sound of blood splurting. Yes! Yes! That was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose.
Cute! Tonight I will take you home!
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with a flip, and fixed them back up on a plate.
Now they're just all fine, Kei. Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Kei?
Rika-chan raised up Satoko's hand like a referee after having a plate of rabbits shoved to her. She whispered, "This is our victory." Oh, no. So good. Oh, no, I'm way over time. Oh, God, I have to end this video. Oh, God, I'm getting way too into this. It's way too into this. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am because, again, I am loving every second of this visual novel. I've been waiting for this for so long. I will see you all in the next video, I hope. If so, see you next time. Till then, peace out.